another tax question here for all of you, which is, do you support an extension of the artist tax-free zone to all galleries throughout the city? And will you pursue this with the state legislature? And this came from a number of folks out there.
The sponsor of the legislation. This is not an easy question. And I'm going to be very frank, and this is not going to be as lightning as you wish it to be.
That's all right, you wouldn't be the first one.
And I want to tell you why it's a difficult issue. The original genesis.
Mark, you can ask me a question once in a while too, Mark, if you want.
The original genesis of the Arts District was to take a blighted area and revitalize it by making it an arts district. And that was the design of it. And when it originally happened, for those who are, it was actually the Jewelry District, which is now the Knowledge District, so it was the Arts District also. And it didn't work there because it wasn't, the condos and the lofts weren't affordable. So we extended it to the west side of the city. And it's worked very well. And that was legislation we passed a few years ago. If you want everything to be tax-free and tax-free zones, the concept of revitalizing a blighted area kind of disappears. So I think the issue is, what is the intent? If the intent is to revitalize and create energy and synergy within an area, the current structure works. If it is simply to have tax-free zones across the city, and I will tell you, the state wants it. There are certain areas across the state because one of the things we're challenged is Liquid, for example, is complaining that the west people are actually investing in the west side of the city and not there, and they want a tax-free zone. So you actually have the potential of diluting the benefit of it by spreading. And it is not easy, and that's what the sacrifice is, that's what the choice is. It's not a black and white issue, and you have to decide if you want to revitalize certain areas or you want the whole city to have the zone. And actually, if the city does that, you're going to see the movements across the state wanting it tax-free.
I mentioned it earlier in terms of the West Side Arts District and how important I think it is. I think it's an opportunity that we have to attract people and development to our city and to our state. So it's something that I would be in support of and would work to try to have implemented. Certainly understand that all of these issues are challenges, but as our city, I mean, if we really want to invest in creativity, if we want to attract people to our city, if we want to really move to become what I want, which is the creative capital of the country, I think we have to look at creative ways to getting that done. It's worked on the west side, I think it will work other places as well.
But also I'd like to add to that we need to build these artist zones throughout our city and really create jobs through that. We also need to leverage the resources that we have in our city and make sure that jobs are created through that. We need to restore the Renaissance city to what it once was. I'm just copying off his page right now, so I'm reading his words: build, leverage, restore. They're just words, right? These politicians, they talk the talk and then they walk over the talk. Remember Mr. Lombardi said, talk the talk, walk the talk. What the hell does that mean? It's talk the talk, then walk the walk, okay? And that means actually doing what you say you're going to do and not just make a whole bunch of promises that won't ever happen, okay? Using words so eloquently and slowly and softly. I can talk just like they talk, okay? But I mean what I say, okay? And I mean to defend you and create jobs and make the artist community thrive in the city of Providence, which I've done year after year, and I've proven that. And it's up to you to see through these lies and this smoke, the smoke and mirrors that are here. You know, you've seen these smoke and mirrors from Cicilline before, right? Big smile while his brother imports 2 tons of marijuana into the state, while the police are selling drugs on the streets, while the gangs prosper, right? Now, what's that going to do for the artist scene when the gangs shoot you? Is that going to be helpful for the artist scene?
As I said, always a tough act to follow. It's all a big show to them, big act. Tough act to follow. Tough act. Actors, that's what actors on a stage.
Could you repeat the question for me? It's been a long time.
Artist tax-free zones, do you want, should it be extended to all galleries throughout the city?
I'm not going to pander to you. I have to agree with Stephen on this. I think it's something that he wrote the original bill, and I'll give him the credit for that. And I think it was done with good reason and with good intent. There are other things that we can do in other parts of the city to attract the creative community. There are other amenities that folks are looking for within the creative community. One aspect of the creative community that is absolutely true is that they are mobile. They are folks that can move around the city, are very comfortable in different sections of the city. Bike paths and creating bike paths in different areas. Better dog parks, better community gardens, better things that folks can use to make that section of the city better. I do think that we have to keep the gallery tax credits to the West End, and the one exception to that being that we have the 195 corridor that's coming up for redevelopment, and I think we have to seriously take a look at that and how the creative community fits into that corridor as we redevelop.
Obviously, it has an economic impact on the city of Providence, and we need to know what kind of an impact. We support it. The West End, it works very, very well. We're very happy how it was worked in our neighborhood. And I think Chairman Constantino has a right, revitalize the area. How do we revitalize the area? Will it have that type of an impact? It's any blighted area. If there's any way we can do, create some kind of an arts district or whatever district we have to do, we need to make our neighborhoods livable, safe for everyone. So I think Chairman Constantino was right, and as I indicated, it does work well in the West End. Thank you.